Hi, I'm Emma Fells and I'm a Corporate Relationship Director at Barclays. I'm here to take on the SoGlos 10-question challenge. So first of all, how does Barclays Corporate differ from Barclays Business Banking? So Barclays Business Banking and Barclays Corporate are two completely separate businesses. Barclays Business really starts looking after businesses from their inception and nurtures them up until a point where their relationship needs start to change, their product needs start to change and perhaps get a little bit more complex. And at that point, really that's where Barclays Corporate would step in. Question 2. At what stage of their business journey will you typically start working with clients? Okay, so over the last 15 years at Barclays, I've worked with all different stages of clients in their business journey. So from setting up their first business account, to taking on their first member of staff, to dipping their toe in overseas trade. Since 2017, I've been working with businesses a little bit further along in their business journey. Typically, this looks like a turnover of around 6.5 million plus, or in some sectors, 50 staff or more. And we find at this point, people's needs might change and they might want a more closer strategic working relationship with their bank. Your clients include Bloom and Wilds to Centre Parks. Which industries do you specialise in? Yes, lots of variety, and that's the best part of my job because every day is different and I really do see a huge variety of different industries and specialisms. Working regionally in Gloucestershire as opposed to, say, in a city centre environment, it is a little bit different because it's hard to have a pure portfolio of industry specialisms, but we do still see the importance of industry alignment because it's very important to understand our businesses and what they do. For myself, I specialise in professionals and legal sector, and also hospitality and leisure. Question 4. International business operations is a particular strength for Barclays Corporate. Why do you think that is? I'd say international business operations is a real strength for Barclays. Not only do we have relationship directors like myself looking after clients with their international needs, but we also have trained trade and working capital specialists working alongside us. Between us, we've got hundreds of years of international trading experience. Some of the main barriers of trading overseas could be the perceived complexity of trying to break into new markets, or it could be the perceived impact on the working capital cycle, both of which we have tools to help businesses get over. So whether that's finance support or whether trade documentation to help businesses trade overseas. So first Brexit and then the coronavirus and now the war in Ukraine. How are your international clients navigating an ever-changing business landscape? It's certainly been a very bumpy ride for our clients over the last couple of years. And I think what that has shown me is actually how adaptable and resilient clients and businesses are. So with Brexit, it was about scenario planning that really was the what if. Nobody knew where that was going to end up. So it was about putting products in place to support whatever that outcome might be. So that was probably one of the most frustrating times because businesses had to plan for different eventualities. But more recently, it was adapting to the changing supply chain, which was severely impacted. So whether that was holding more stock, having to acquire new property to house that new stock, taking on new staff to meet fulfilment, there were challenges at every corner. All of these issues leading to uses of cash in a business. So it was really about helping businesses with working capital support where and whenever they needed it. Question 6. ESG is a hot topic. How is Barclays helping its clients become more sustainable? First of all, we needed to set our own agenda. So Barclays was one of the first high street banks to announce their ambitions to be net zero by 2050, to reduce our own finance emissions in line with the Paris Agreement, and to facilitate £100 billion of green financing between 2018 and 2030. We also needed to upskill our own colleagues in the ESG agenda so we could help support our clients whatever stage of the journey they might be on. Finally, we also have green loans and green trade and working capital products to help facilitate any project funding required. Question 7. What do you think the main challenges will be for your clients over the coming year? There are going to be a few challenges, I think, over the coming year, the main one being staff pressure. I think in Gloucestershire we have always struggled a little bit with retaining talent because people get attracted to moving to the city to work, but more so now where every sector that I look after is really struggling against the war for talent. So that is going to be a challenge for the upcoming year. And that leads into issues such as fulfilment and capacity. So that will have a knock-on effect. There will also be cash pressures coming from all angles, from staff to raw materials to energy costs. pretty much every cost on the P&L is going to see an impact. And finally, I would say inflationary pressure. So we're already seeing consumer demand being impacted by that pressure, and therefore people are not spending money as readily as they have been. So I think that will be another challenge. You're sponsoring the International Business category again in this year's SoGlos Gloucestershire Business Awards. What part of the process are you most looking forward to? Meeting people, exploring new businesses, I think opening the doors into venues, offices, workshops, factories. It's absolutely fascinating seeing what people do in the county, and I love that. I love meeting new people and also understanding their journey of how they got to where they are now, from where the business started. What do you enjoy most about doing business in Gloucestershire? I think it feels like we're all part of a team. I think in Gloucestershire it's a lovely community and you feel like you're all in it together, so I do enjoy that. It's also the diversity of businesses in Gloucestershire. Gloucestershire is a big county and we do have a lot of different businesses across all different sectors, so every day is truly different in my job. And finally, question number 10. Name your 3 favourite places in the county. So I would say Forest of Dean has got to be one of my favourite places. You can take a picnic, go for a walk, go for a cycle ride, sit at Cannock Ponds and watch the world go by. So I think, or anywhere in the forest, it's a lovely family day out. I probably can't name a particular place, but any of the beautiful Cotswold villages, just to park up, go for a stroll, have a mooch, go to the local pub. And my third favourite would be Cheltenham. I think we are so lucky to have the festivals here, the festival circuit. We have lovely bars, restaurants, shops. There really is something for everyone in Cheltenham, and it's such an amazing place to visit.